And today we're going to go through a 30-minute routine. It's going to focus on a lot of leg strength. And the interesting thing about the routine today is it has a little bit of impact. So we are going to do a little bit of jumping. I'm curious what you guys think of this. This is the first time I've ever had jumping incorporated into our yoga practice. So tell me if it's thumbs up, thumbs down, you want more, you don't. Leave a comment below. And I think we're having our little helper come, perhaps. Henny Ruru might come over today. But anyway, to start, let's go ahead and get going right away. We're going to start in our hero's pose. So just come here, take a seat, arrive on your mat. Go ahead and close down the eyes, resting your hands in your lap, whatever way is comfortable for you, palms up, palms down, it doesn't matter. You could even make a little bowl here if you wanted to with your hands. And just let's take some deep breaths. You're here getting ready for your practice. We are going to get our heart rates up today. So we're going to work on strength and there's some cardio thrown in. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. We're going to start with some finger work today. So let's go ahead and take our arms out to the side, stretch our fingers long, and we're going to just do this with them, kind of take them up and down, and we're going to come to the front and overhead. We're doing this 5 times. In Yoga Mo-Flo, we like to do the total body. So in some workouts, we'll do finger work, now crinkle them and do the same thing. Some workouts we're going to do toe work, we do neck, we do everything. Last one. Very good. From here, we're going to take our hands open and close fast, about 20 times. Turn it to the front. It's kind of like you're throwing a ball. Quickly. This finger dexterity is really important. Prevents arthritis as you get older. And then now up, like you're tossing a ball up to the sky. I know you can feel it because I can feel it. Very good. From here, let's just do some wrist circles in one direction. Switch direction. We're just warming up those wrists, getting ourselves ready. Very good. Okay, from here, we're in our hero's pose. What we're going to do is lean over to the right hip and take our feet in almost a, not quite 90-degree angle, but into a bent sit, and then come back to hero's pose and go to the other side. So here we're warming up our hips. We're just rolling from side to side. This is a mobility drill, really trying to get nice and open in the hips. We're going to do it once more in either direction. I have a really sticky mat, so I kind of have to lift my foot up because it won't just slide, but you may be able to just slide and not have to lift it up. Very good. From here, we're coming back into that bent sit on the right side. And then what we're going to do is come up onto our knee and come back down and take it to the other side. Again, this is another mobility exercise, really getting into those hips. We're going to do it once more on either side. And come back down. Find yourself in the center of your mat. I'm going to face this direction and just take a cross-legged seat. So from here, we're just going to do a little twist. So I'm going to take my right hand to my left knee, my left arm behind, and just gaze out over the left shoulder. As I inhale, I'm going to try to really lengthen my spine. And as I exhale, I'm really going to try to twist deeper. Release that, and we're just going to go directly into the other side. So left hand on the right knee, right arm behind, gazing out over that right shoulder. And again, as you exhale, see if you can twist just a little bit deeper. Very good. Let's go ahead and roll through and find our tabletop. From here, we're going to go into cat-cow. So go ahead and make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hip. And then go ahead and drop the belly, look forward, lift the gaze. And then exhale, curl the spine, chin to chest. And then inhale, come back through. Go ahead and go at your own pace. We're going to do this a couple more times. And in the practice, we always try to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, if you can. Although I think as we get our heart rate up in this practice with that impact that we're going to have, you may start to mouth breathe. And so don't worry about it too much. But if you can think about it, think about breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. From here, we're going to walk our hands out and come into our puppy pose. So go ahead and drop the head, trying to keep our hips over our knees. I'm going to keep my arms active this time, keeping my elbows off the mat. This gets you a little bit deeper stretch through the upper back, and because we're at the beginning of our practice, and we're starting to think about getting warm, I'm going to keep it a little bit more active. Very good. From here, we're going to come through onto our stomach, and we're going to do some back work. So I'm going to take my hands behind the head, leaving my feet flat on the floor, and I'm just going to lift up the chest. So we're lifting and lowering. Strengthening through our back. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, extend the arms out, thumbs down, and we're just going to do a hold. Let's hold for 10, 9, see if you can lift up a little bit higher, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can kind of make a little shelf for your head here. Wiggle your hips left to right. Rest just a second. And release the back. From here, we're going to take our hands underneath our shoulders, and we're going to push back. We're going to tuck our toes under and push back into a hero's pose with our toes tucked under and stand up. So you can watch me first. This is a mobility drill, and we're trying to get up without using our hands. We're going to do that 5 more times. So come on back down. There's 2. Ooh, there's 3. There's 4. Let's do it twice more. There's 5. And on the next one, the last one, we're going to stay standing up. And 6. Let's take a walk to the top of our mat. From here, let's raise our arms to the sky, palms kiss, and land in front of the heart. Pause here for just a second, catch your breath. You can even shut down the eyes. Fix your hair, your clothing, whatever needs to be fixed. All right, so from here, let's take our big toes to touch. You can have a little space in your heels, and we're coming down into prayer. So chair, but keeping our hands in prayer. And from here, We're going to twist over to the right. So take the left elbow outside the right knee and gaze down and make sure that one knee is not coming in front. Try to keep them in alignment. And just hold here. From here, it's a little balance challenge. See if you can lift up the left foot and take a big step back into your prayer crescent lunge. And just hold here. From here, let's go ahead and release our hands down, framing our right foot, and just rock it out. And here's our first little drill with impact. So what we're going to do is a hop switch. So we're going to switch the left foot to the right foot. We're going to do it 6 times to the front of our mat. So we're going to end up with our left foot in front and then our right. Twice more. And here you are at your runner's lunge. So from here, let's take our left foot to meet our right, and we end in a forward fold. Go ahead and flat back lift, and forward fold again. Arms to the sky, take them wide, palms kiss them right away, fold back down. Let's do that once more. Take our arms wide, palms kiss, and we meet back in prayer. From here, let's go to the other side. So bring those big toes to touch again, little space between the heels, and come into your chair. So here we are in our chair pose. When you feel ready, go ahead and hook the right elbow outside the left knee, making sure that those knees are in alignment. And pausing here. From here, let's balance. Lift up that right leg if you can, and take a big step back into your crescent prayer twist lunge. And just pause here. Let's go ahead and frame the left foot. Rock it out for a minute. We're going to do those hop switches again for 6. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and take the right foot up to meet the left and forward fold. Flat back, lift forward, and fold again. Let's go ahead and take our arms wide to the sky, palms to touch. From here, let's reach back to the sky, forward fold, and let's step back with our right foot. From here, we're going to find our warrior 1. So go ahead and turn your back foot to a 45-degree angle. You might want to take it a little bit wider, so you're kind of on railroad tracks and not a balance beam. And then when you feel stable, rise up to the top. Gazing down at that front toe, making sure you can see that front big toe. And just pause here. Trying to think about not having your bottom ribs splayed out, but keeping everything nice and tight. And just pause. From your warrior 1, let's clasp our hands behind our backs and go ahead and straighten the elbows, open the chest. We're going to bend forward, coming into our humble warrior. So from here, I'm letting my left shoulder rest on my left thigh. You may be able to go deeper and fold inside your leg. And some of you might be up here. That's okay, wherever you are. We're all feeling the same thing if we're going as deep as we can. Go ahead and release your hands to the ground without slingshotting them down. And from here, we're going to cartwheel our arms up into a warrior two. You may need to adjust your feet. Go ahead and do that. Being aware and mindful of your front toes again, that you can see them, and just pause here. From here, let's go ahead and straighten that left leg. And you can heel toe the back foot in a little bit. We're coming into our triangle pose. So go ahead and bump the hips back to the right, leaning forward as far as you can, and coming down to what's comfortable for you. That could be resting on the floor, it could be your shin, wherever it is for you. Let's just pause here for a moment. Really try to lean back, open up the chest to the sky, leaning back, opening up that right arm. From here, let's go ahead and look down and reach our hands out about a foot in front of our left foot into our half moon pose. You can look down here for more stability, or if you want to challenge your balance, you can look to the side. I'm going to stay looking down today. Keeping both legs straight, you can have a micro bend in that left knee. And then from here, let's drop our right hand down, square off our hips, coming into a standing split. From here, we're going to do 4 Shiva Squats, keeping our hands on the ground. So taking that right knee, coming down, touching the back of the ankle or the shin, and then extending back up. Let's do that 3 more times. Last one. Extend the leg, one more big stretch here, and let's let the right foot meet the left, and forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. From here, let's go ahead and raise our arms to the sky, palms kiss, bringing our hands to heart. Pause, adjust your clothing. We're going to do all that on the other side. So go ahead and raise our arms to the sky and forward fold. From here, let's take our left foot back into a lunge and then start to find your warrior one. So figure out where you want your legs. I kind of like my feet on railroad tracks. Most women do. Go ahead and rise up where you feel stable. We do have wider hips than men, so it's a little bit easier for us to have them more spread out instead of on a tightrope. Being mindful of those lower ribs, that they're all contained. From here, let's go ahead and clasp behind our backs. This time, if you want to do the awkward thumb on top, straightening the arms, opening the chest, and folding down into your humble warrior. Once again, I'm just going to rest my right shoulder and my right leg. You go to where it's comfortable for you. Go ahead and release the hands. And then let's come up into our warrior two, adjusting the feet as you need to. Checking the toes, gazing off over the fingertips. Take some deep breaths. From here, let's straighten your front leg, heel toe that back foot in a couple of inches. Bump the hips back, reaching as far forward as we can, coming down to our triangle pose. Gazing up if that feels okay on your neck, not collapsing into the right side, finding some length. From here, let's bend our front leg, taking our hand out about a foot in front of us, lifting up into our half moon. Flexing the foot like you're sticking it into a back wall. Both legs straight, unless you want a little micro bend in that front knee. And when you've had enough, square off the front hips into your standing split. From here, we're going to do those 4 Shiva Squats. So go ahead and take that left knee to the right calf or ankle, wherever you can get. Keeping our hands down for balance. Here's 3. Last one. Very good. One more stretch. And release. Left foot meets the right. Forward fold. Go ahead and lift up halfway. And release. Arms wide to the sky. Kissing in prayer. Meeting in the front of the heart. Go ahead and adjust your clothing. From here, we're going to do another mobility drill, and this one has a little bit of impact. I'm calling it a backward sprawl. You may be more accustomed to the word burpee, but we're going to do 6 of those, coming all the way down to our belly. As a modification, if you're not ready to do a full one yet, you can just put your hands down, walk your right foot back, right foot front, left foot front. And then switching the leader leg each time. Otherwise, the rest of us, we're going to jump. So let's head and go down, all the way down. Back up, that's 1. Let's do 5 more. Here's 4, 5. On the last one, we're going to hold into a plank. So hold here. Go ahead and do side plank to the right. Open up. Pause. Heart rate's up. Lift that left leg off the right. Bend the left knee into the armpit and step forward to the front of your mat. Finding our lizard pose. Move the hips here. You can kind of move around. Don't stay static. Moving out the hips. From here, we're going to find our pigeon pose. So go ahead and walk that left foot over to wherever is comfortable for you, coming down onto the hip and extending that left foot back. Go ahead and check the left foot. Make sure that you're not bending your toes in or out. And pause here. If this is not comfortable for you, you can do like a forward, figure 4 stretch on your back. God, I could not think of the name of that. Okay, so here we are in our pigeon. Pause here. If you like, you can come on down. You can kind of make a little shelf for your forehead, resting your forehead, and just stretching out that left hip. And catching our breath. Go ahead and push yourself back up. And then let's swing on to that left hip, taking our right leg long in front of us, coming into a little half cow face seat. So taking the left leg and crossing it over the right leg, letting our knees touch here, straightening up through the spine, and then just walking forward wherever you can get to. So we're not really folding over, we're still keeping it active because we're not done with our practice yet. Stretching out that right hamstring. Maybe you can fold a little bit deeper now, being cognizant of your back. and then go ahead and come up. From here, we're going to take our left foot, plant it outside our right knee. You can stay like this if you like for your seated twist. I'm going to take my right foot back. I just tend to like it better that way. Left arm behind, reaching the right arm to the sky, and hooking that elbow, the right elbow outside the left knee and gazing over the left shoulder. And just like at the beginning of class, think about when you inhale, about lengthening the spine, and think about twisting just a little bit deeper as you exhale. Twists are really wonderful for the body. Your internal organs really like twists. Helps massage them, and it's great for your spine. Let's go ahead and release that. Here's your little challenge, seeing if you can get up with no hands, coming into a warrior 3 on our left foot. So go ahead and lean forward, lifting up, and into your warrior 3, letting your right foot meet the left, and forward fold. Go ahead and lift up halfway, forward fold. Let's go ahead and take our arms wide, rise to the sky, palms kiss in front of the heart. From here, you get to do those backward sprawls. One more time. We're going to do 6 more of those. So let's do them. Come on down, back up. That's 1. Really curious what you guys think about having these little impactful exercises sprinkled throughout. Just some fun mobility drills. Last one, hold and plank. Very good, you did it. That's not easy. Let's roll over to our left side plank and pause. Go ahead and lift the right leg off the left, bringing the right knee towards the armpit and stepping it to the front of the mat, finding your pigeon. Once again, here in pigeon, don't be static. Move the hips. You can hear in my breath that got my heart rate up, but I'm going to start thinking about breathing through my nose again now. From here, let's walk the right foot across to the left side of the mat, coming down for your pigeon on your right side. Looking back at the left foot, making sure it's straight, you're all in alignment. Pause here, and if it feels good for you, go ahead and fold on down. Making that little shelf for your forehead. And just rest. You'll find that one side is a little bit more comfortable than the other. That's perfectly normal. We're usually tighter in one side than the other. Go ahead and lift yourself up, swinging that left leg around to the front. Let's find our half cow face on this side. Keeping the left leg out, taking the right knee over, letting your left and right knees kiss. And from here, keeping our back active, not rounding over, go ahead and walk your hands out, grabbing onto wherever it is that you can. After a few breaths, you may be able to come a little bit deeper. Feeling this in your left hamstring, or at least that's where I'm feeling it. I also feel it in my right hip. From here, let's come out of it. Let's find that seated twist. So go ahead and take your right knee outside your left, or your right foot outside your left knee, excuse me. And I'm going to swing my left foot around to the back, but you can keep it long if you like that. That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and take the right hand behind you, left arm to the sky, hook it outside your right knee and twist. Gazing out over the right shoulder. Oh, here comes Gus. Okay, Gussie, go lay down. Go lay down. And twisting. We have 3 dogs, so sometimes this gets a little hectic when we're filming. And go ahead and release. From here, we're going to do that little challenge again where we see if we can get up without using our hands into our warrior 3 on our right side. So go ahead and come forward and extend the left leg back into your warrior 3. Well done. And let's let the left foot meet the right and forward fold. Flat back and fold again. Let's reach our arms wide, raise them to the sky. Release, palms to heart. From here, we're going to find our chair pose. So I'm going to bring my big toes together. My biceps as close as I can get to my ears. And I'm going to look down and make sure I can see all 10 toes. We're just going to pause here for a moment in our chair. It's a nice back strengthener. From here, let's come up onto our tippy toes. And we are going to lower down as slowly as we can. This is a balance challenge. It's also a strengthener. See if you can come down into a toe squat. Once you arrive, let's sit our butts down and come into boat. So here we are in our boat pose. Just pausing, staying right here. We're not here forever, but we are just getting a little extra abdominal work. From here, we're going to go boat to low boat, back to boat. It's a lot of boats, 3 times. So boat to low boat, hover, bring yourself back up. Let's do that twice more. Come down and up. Last one. Down and up and release. From here, we're going to do a stretch. So I'm going to bend my right knee in. I have my left foot in my hands, and I'm going to extend the left leg. You may be right here, and that's perfectly fine. Some of you may be able to extend your leg completely. This is just a nice stretch to the hamstring. Be mindful of our back that we're not rounding like this. We're keeping it bright and active. And from here, I'm going to grab the outside of my left foot with my right hand and open for a twist. I don't have a lot of mobility here in my left shoulder. It's something I work on. I did break it in a skiing accident, and so it doesn't have nearly the range of motion that my right shoulder does. So you guys might be dealing with injuries too. Let's go ahead and release it. So you probably know what that's like. Go ahead and put the foot down, and we're just going to straight away go to the other side. So let's bend the left foot, grabbing hold of either side of our right foot and raising it to the sky. Pausing here for a second. Just having a nice stretch in that hamstring. And then from here, I'm going to grab the outside of my right foot and reach my right arm back, turning into a nice twist. And on this side, it just feels a lot more open. Usually if you're right-handed, like this would be a tighter side because you use your right hand more, so your muscles are more built up. But for me, it's not that way, like I said, because I have an injury on that left side. Or an old injury, I should say. Then go ahead and grab the foot again and release. From here, go ahead and go down on your back, however you get there. I'm just gonna flop down because that was hard today. Oh, here comes Rue. All right, I'm probably gonna get some kisses here. Let's go ahead and take our knees into our chest. You're in a little ball. Hi, Rue. And rock side to side. Okay, Rue, that's nice. From here, I am going to grab my toes or the top of my feet, and I'm going to extend my legs. And this really helps to stretch out my lower back. Okay, I feel like that's plenty of kisses. Thank you, thank you. Off you go. Okay, bye, Rue. And just hold it here. This is a really nice release through the lower back. Then go ahead and release that. Put your feet down on the ground. Let's just do a bridge pose here. So I'm going to lift up my hips, clasping my hands underneath me, snuggling my shoulders under my back, and pause. I'm going to turn on my back legs by imagining I'm pulling my heels to my shoulders, and then trying to keep my chin off my chest, having some space there. Then go ahead and release that down. And let's find our Shavasana. So go ahead and take your legs out long and wide. Palms up, arms away from the body, shutting down the eyes. And just pausing here for a minute. We're only here for a minute or two. That was not easy. Your body deserves this little bit of rest. Go ahead and let your breathing come back to its natural rhythm. In through the nose, out through the nose. From here, go ahead and start waking up the body, wiggling maybe the fingers and toes, turning the head side to side. And then when you're ready, turning over to one side in a fetal position, pausing there for just a minute, and then pushing yourself up to a seat with the strength of your arms. Finding a seat, pausing here for just a minute, close your eyes, just notice how your body feels, or mentally if you feel a little bit different. Not judging, not good or bad, but just noticing. Then go ahead and take your palms to your heart, bow your head, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Yoga Mo-Flo practice. Please leave a comment below if you like that little bit of impact. I wouldn't mind doing some more routines where we just add a little, sprinkle it through here and there throughout. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. And please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another Yoga Mo-Flo workout, and I'll see you next time.